Hello, I'm Lynn Langett. I wanted to make a short video around a book club that I'm going to be starting later this month. The book club is around this O'Reilly book, Learning Data Mesh. And as I've been discussing this on LinkedIn and some other areas, I've been pretty surprised by the really large response from the community and interest. So I wanted to set expectations so people could see if this would align with what they're looking for. The first expectation is this activity is a hobby. It's a side project. I have a full-time job, so I have no interest in going beyond this book club and starting a community. There are actually data mesh learning communities out there, which I've linked on this GitHub repo. So if you're further along in your journey and you're actually implementing, this would not be, I don't think, a good fit for you. This is for people who are reading the book and are new to this. So that's sort of the first expectation. The second expectation is I am really centering this around my own learning. And so when we have our first meeting, which I'm scheduling for March 23rd, it's going to be at 4 p.m. Central Time, which I've had a lot of international response, and I'm sorry that's not going to work for people like globally. But again, this is a hobby, so I'm not going to be like repeating it or moving the time. This just works with my, work time, basically. What I will do is I will record our meetings and put them on YouTube. So if you're in a time zone that, you'd be sleeping or it doesn't work for you, you can still participate by watching. And then in previous book clubs, in addition to the GitHub repo and the YouTube in the meetings, the leaders of those book clubs had a Slack. And so I have a Slack as well. So kind of the process is, if you're interested, if you think this will be something that'll fit, your learning goals, then on LinkedIn, go ahead and DM me with your email. And then I'll send you an invite to the Slack. And then I'll put all the information about the meetings, which I want to keep consistent every 2 weeks at 4 p.m. on Thursdays. And in addition to that, I like to do worked examples. The last book club that I was a part of, I co-led with a colleague of mine, and it was around another topic that was new to me, which was programming quantum. And that book, kind of similar to this book, was conceptual and theoretical. It had a toy library. It didn't have any real-world implementations. And I'm a learner that likes to translate concepts into pragmatic examples. So one of the things you can expect is I will be trying to build some examples in the technologies that I'm working with my customers, which are typically cloud. I'll be very interested in cloud examples. Again, these are focus areas. And again, this is very selfish. I just want you to know the reason I'm doing this is for me to learn. So it's not a commercial thing. It's not a, community thing. It's I want to learn in a small study group. I was pretty surprised by the response. And so I wanted to have a little video to clarify expectations, because one of the things I found, and I put links in this repo, is there are other communities out there already. So there might be another community that's a better fit for you than this little study group, but you are welcome to participate. And I do like to study in public because I have learned from other people who do that, and I just like doing that. So that's the situation. So the next steps, if you're interested, email your email as a DM in LinkedIn. You'll get the Slack invite. And the first meeting will be 23rd of March at 4 p.m. I'll lead the first meeting, and hopefully we can have rotating leadership. That seems to work best. It's a discussion. I mean, nobody's an expert here. We're all learning together. So hopefully that clarifies some of the questions, because I've been kind of bombarded, to be honest with you. It's clearly a hot topic. So I'm Lynn Langett, and this is information about an upcoming book club that I'll be running around this Data Mesh O'Reilly book.